Politicians are masters of communication. Donald Trump, Barack Obama, or even Adolf Hitler, when they speak, millions of people listen to them. And this is what I find very surprising. They don't just hold people's attention, they make sure people listen to them, they make sure people remember them, and they even make sure people repeat their words. The question is, how are they able to communicate in such a powerful way? It's not their grammar, it's not their vocabulary, and definitely it's not their degrees. Then what makes them such great speakers? In this video, we are going to understand the exact tactics used by these politicians when they speak before millions of people. And I don't just want you to watch this video and forget it. I want you to use these tactics. Use them in your presentations, use them in your interviews, use them the next time you speak in public, and just see the difference. We are going to break this video down into 3 parts. In part 1, we will see how politicians are able to speak so clearly. In part 2, we will see why their speeches are unforgettable. And in part 3, we will see how they can make the entire crowd emotional. I'm super excited to teach you this. Let's get started. How politicians are able to speak so clearly. You know, most of us have this problem. We know what we want to speak, but we don't know where to start. And somehow, once we start speaking, we don't know what to say next. So we keep talking randomly. And after some time, people stop listening to us. Politicians don't do that. They follow a simple structure. Number 1, problem. Number 2, solution. Number 3, vision. And number 4, action. If you follow this powerful structure, people will listen to you till the end. This sequence is called Monroe motivated sequence. First, politicians show people a problem, because if there is no problem, why would people listen to them? For example, millions of children are not getting a good education, and because of that, many of them may never escape poverty. Now people think something is wrong, and they are thinking, okay, so what do we do next? And that's when politicians give people the solution. Now they know the problem can be fixed, but that's not enough. Now people are thinking, what will life look like if the solution actually works out? For example, millions of children will get world-class education, they start businesses, they create jobs, and they build a stronger nation. Now people can see the future. Now they realize why the solution is so important. But there is still one problem. People may hear your speech, they may even agree with you, and then go home and do nothing. So politicians tell people exactly what to do. Support us or vote for us. That's it. Notice what politicians are doing. First, they make you feel the problem. Then they give you the solution. Then they show you what could change if the solution actually works out. And finally, they tell you what to do. If you observe, at every step, politicians are simply answering the next question in people's minds. That's why this structure is so powerful. So, the next time you speak, follow this structure and people will listen to you till the end. Politicians do one more thing. They give people just one simple message to remember after the speech is over. Tell me one thing, if I speak for 30 minutes, will you remember everything? No, right? You will forget most of it, and politicians know this. That's why before they give a speech, they convert the speech into one simple message that they want people to remember. One simple message.
We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. God bless you and good night. I love you.
Yes, we can. Yes, we did. Yes, we can. Thank you. God bless you. May God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you.
For example, Obama said, yes, we can. Donald Trump said, make America great again. And John F. Kennedy said, we choose to go to the moon. See how simple these lines are. That's why they are so easy to remember. So politicians keep repeating the same line again and again. After some time, when people hear, yes, we can, they think of Obama. When they hear, make America great again, they think of Donald Trump. That's what politicians want. So, follow this structure: problem, solution, vision, and action. Once you are done with the speech, convert that speech into one simple message that you want people to remember. Because in the end, people may forget your speech, but make sure they don't forget your message. Now, let's come to part 2. This is my favorite. How politicians make their speeches unforgettable. See, you may have a great message, but if you say it normally, people may forget them. And politicians know this very well. They want you to remember their words, repeat their words, and even share them with others. So they use a tactic called rhetoric. They are the masters of rhetoric. What's rhetoric? It means saying simple words in a powerful way so people don't forget them. For politicians, the problem is not what should I say. The problem is how should I say it in a way people remember it and share it with others. For example, John F. Kennedy wanted to say, help your country, but he didn't say that. He said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Do you see the difference? The message was the same, but the second one hits differently. That's rhetoric. And politicians use 5 such tactics like this. If you learn to use them, nobody can stop you from becoming a great communicator. The first tactic used by politicians is rule of 3. Suppose I tell you, we are one country and we share the same future. You understand it, right? But does it really hit you? The answer is no. And politicians know this very well. So instead of saying the same message normally, they break it down into 3 parts.
We are one nation, and their pain is our pain. Their dreams are our dreams, and their success will be our success. We share one heart, one home, and one glorious destiny.
Same message, but the second one sounds so powerful and so easier to remember. Why? Because when you say in 1, 2, and 3, it sounds complete. 1 starts it, the second builds it, and the third completes it. That's why it sounds so good and so easier to remember. So the next time you have got something important to say, don't say it normally, say it in 3. The second tactic used by politicians is contrast. Sometimes I am saying something really important to you, but you don't feel it's important. For example, if I say we need unity, you understand me, right? But you don't feel it's important. Why? Because I only showed you unity. I didn't tell you what happens without unity. And great speakers know this. That's why they show you 2 opposite sides, the bad side and the good side. What is happening now and what should happen instead. That's contrast. Just watch this.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man.
Now, why does it work? Because when people see 2 opposite sides, they can easily see the difference. If I only show you light, you see light. But if I show you darkness first and then light, suddenly you will realize how bright the light is. That's contrast. So the next time you have something important to say, don't tell people what is right. First show them what is wrong, the bad side, and then tell them what is right, the good side. Do this and suddenly even your simple message will feel so important. The third tactic used by politicians is Anaphora. This is my favorite. See, politicians speak for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or even 1 hour. They tell stories, talk about problems, and make promises. But somewhere in that speech, there is this one line they want you to feel. But if they say it once, you may not feel it. So what they do, let me show you. Suppose if I say, a man must stand up for what is right, just and true. If I say it once, you may not feel it. Now listen to how Martin Luther King Jr. said it.
A man dies when he refuses to stand up for that which is right. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for justice. A man dies when he refuses to take a stand for that which is true.
Did you notice the words, a man dies, a man dies, a man dies? That's anaphora. You repeat the same words at the beginning of different sentences. Now, why does it work? Because every time a man dies comes back, those words go deeper in your head. You hear it once, you listen. You hear it again, you remember. You hear it again, you start repeating it yourself. So, use anaphora well, and let me be honest, your audience may forget your speech, but that one line will keep playing in their head. The fourth tactic used by politicians is Epiphora. See, politicians often give many examples to prove one point. But the problem is, there are so many examples, people get confused. They forget the one message the politician wanted them to remember. And politicians don't want that. So what they do, they make every example end with the same words. Let me show you. So this is Malcolm X, an American leader who fought against racism. When he spoke, millions of people came and listened to his speech. One day, he had one message for the people. The message was, black soldiers were sent to fight in different countries. Wherever they went, they suffered. He could have simply said that, but he wanted people to feel it. So he said, watch this.
Long as the white man sent you to Korea, you bled. He sent you to Germany, you bled. He sent you to the South Pacific to fight the Japanese, you bled. You bleed for white people.
Did you notice the words? Korea changed, Germany changed, South Pacific changed. But the two words, you bled, remain the same. That's Epiphora. You end different sentences with the exact same words. Now, why does it work? Because when people hear you bled again and again, they stop thinking about the countries, but the two words, you bled, they will remember for a long time. That's the one message Malcolm X wanted everyone to remember. So the next time you give different examples, but trying to prove one point, end every example with the same words. People may forget the examples, but they will remember the ending. The fifth tactic used by politicians is repetition, which sometimes is very dangerous. See, politicians have this very big fear. People may forget them. They may give a great speech. People may agree. People may clap. But the next day, they go back to their lives. And slowly, they will forget the politician's speech. Politicians know this. So what they do, they keep repeating the same message again and again and again. Let me show you. The Nazis used this. They kept saying one false message. Jewish people are the reason for Germany's problems. They kept saying in speeches, radios, newspapers, movies, everywhere. And when people hear the same thing again and again and again, their brain makes a very dangerous mistake. They start thinking, I have heard it multiple times, maybe it's true. That's illusionary truth effect. But repetition is not only used to spread lies, it is also used to make people remember something. Let's look at Trump.
We will have so much winning if I get elected that you may get bored with winning. Believe me, I agree. You'll never get bored with winning. We never get bored. Believe me. Believe me. Believe me. Believe me. Believe me. Believe me.
He kept repeating those words again and again and again so people don't forget them. That's repetition. So the next time you have something important to say, don't say it once. Say it again, bring it back again. That's repetition. So let's quickly go over everything we have learned so far. How do you speak more clearly? You are going to follow a very powerful structure called Monroe motivated structure. You show people a problem first, then you give them the solution, then you show them what will life look like once the solution actually works out, and then you tell them exactly what to do. Next is, before you give a speech, you're going to convert the entire speech into one simple message that you want people to remember. Next, How do you make your speech unforgettable? The first tactic you are going to use is rule of 3. Say it in 3 so people remember it very easily. The second tactic is contrast. Show people the opposite first so they can clearly see the difference. The third tactic is Anaphora. If there is one line in your speech that you want people to remember, start different sentences with the exact same words. The fourth tactic is Epiphora. If you have different examples proving the same point, end every example with the exact same words. And the last is repetition. If there is this one important message you want people to remember, don't say it once. Say it again, bring it back again. That's all, people. In the next video, we are going to understand how politicians can make an entire crowd emotional. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.